if you're a parent, you already know that having a child changes everything in your life. It wasn't until I had my own that I really understood that everything begins and ends with family. I believe it helps me understand better what our parents are going through. These kinds of injuries to a newborn cut to the very heart of that fabric. And while every parent, as their primary hope in life, wants their child to be safe and wants their child to thrive, it puts all of that in question when a family is told the news that their child has been injured during labor and delivery. And I understand without even asking that there's nothing more important and fundamental in our families' lives than for all of us together to make sure that this child is taken care of. And so that's the heart of it for me.
My daughter was born pretty lifeless, purple, not breathing on her own. They had to resuscitate her. It was very scary, very emotional. It started getting harder and harder to think about the perfect, pretty picture that we should have had, and we knew that we needed help. I carried a lot of guilt that, this was my fault, that I had done something wrong to her, even though people had told me I didn't.
It's really challenging that we are suing doctors and nurses and hospitals and respected medical professionals that our clients chose and trusted. That's a challenge to acknowledge that a doctor made a mistake that injured a child forever.
Once we discover our own story as human beings of loss and struggle and hope, and we tap into the human beings on the jury of their human struggle of loss and struggle and hope, then we're all on the same page. If the hospital and the doctor don't take responsibility, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, there is a jury of 12 human beings waiting to ultimately decide and make them take responsibility.
The future is completely different. It's bright. It's a lot happier. She doesn't have to want for anything. It's a new beginning for all of us.
Of all the struggles that our kids have had to go through in their lives because of their injury, they will never, ever in the future have to struggle unnecessarily again. They will be surrounded by love and care. And the families can now go to sleep at night and not have to be terrified every moment of the day about what the future holds for my child. And so that's what we accomplish for our families and for our kids. And that, as a lawyer, to be able to accomplish that is the greatest gift I've ever been given.